Hey guys, it's David with How to Beast, and in this video I want to talk about 7 life hacks for men. So, in general, I don't really believe in hacks. I don't believe in quick fixes. Just about anything in life that's worth achieving, it takes time, it takes work, it takes, persistence, persisting past failure. And in general, it's just, there's no such thing as a quick fix. For example, when it comes to fitness, if you want to transform your body, build muscle, burn fat, these things take years of consistent effort. Years of going to the gym, pushing yourself to get stronger, years of eating correctly, whether it's eating enough food to gain weight and build muscle, or eating less food than you need so that you're losing weight, you're cutting fat. Whatever it is, it's going to take years of hard work. Sure, there are ways, techniques in the gym to use to speed this up, and ways to eat to speed this up, but even then, even with a perfect diet and a perfect training routine, it takes time. The same thing can be said about building up your social confidence. As a guy who used to be really insecure and nervous, especially around girls, it took me years of going out, trying to meet women and just paying attention to different things in different social settings before I started to feel really comfortable and confident in different social settings that used to scare the shit out of me. There's not like one thing you can tell someone who's really nervous and insecure and who has low self-esteem that's just going to trick themselves into being, a super confident alpha male. It just doesn't work that way. It takes time, it takes hard work, and it takes persistence. But that being said, there are some things you can do, some quick things you can do and some quick habits you can implement into your life that don't take but a minute to do and that do grant you like big benefits. There's not a lot of them. And they're no substitute for hard work and, for, like given those 2 examples that I gave, but they do exist. And in this video, I want to cover my top favorite 7 hacks for men. So my top hack, and the one of them that I probably use the most frequently, multiple times a day, is breathing deeply, consciously breathing deeply. So whenever I catch myself getting in a negative mental loop or getting fed up with some situation that I'm a part of or someone that I'm dealing with, and I just catch myself getting anxious or nervous or mad or pretty much any bad emotion, I start to focus on my breath, and I focus on breathing deeply into my stomach. So I'll focus on feeling my belly button rise and fall with each breath. And this it keeps me sane. It keeps me from getting caught up in anxiety and negative emotion, and it keeps me happy. On one hand, it makes me focus on something other than the crazy voice inside my head that's trying to just like drive me crazy. And on the other hand, when you breathe deeply, it's just physiologically good. It keeps you grounded. When you're breathing full deep breaths, you're going to feel better regardless of whatever's going on, whatever bullshit's going on in your life at the time. So that's the first hack. The second hack is also one that I do every day, but I just do it once a day, and that is taking a cold shower. So every morning, the first thing that I do is I hop into a cold shower. I just turn on just the cold water, and I get into a freezing cold shower. And the benefit of this is that it shocks your system. It's like every single morning, it's just going to take you, that sort of hazy, sleepy mind state that you're in when you wake up, and it's just going to supercharge yourself and get you started on the day, without having to like slowly come out of that haze. Yeah, a warm shower feels good and it helps wake you up a little bit, but a cold shower just wakes you up like that. It gets you breathing deeply automatically. You'll notice when you step into a freezing cold shower, the first thing you do is you just start breathing deeply. So that's going to open you up. At the same time, just the cold water is going to energize you. And also, some studies have shown, and I don't think this is the reason to do it, the reason to do it really is just because you feel way better after you do it. But some studies have shown that it helps release neurotransmitters and hormones in your brain so that you actually feel happier, and it can be used as treatment for depression. And some studies have also shown that it boosts testosterone. But again, it pretty much is just a way to shock your system and get your day started. And just train yourself to see an uncomfortable situation, like, oh fuck, I don't really want to get in this cold water. Oh fuck, I don't really want to go confront my boss or approach this girl, and to say, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. So that's why I start every day with a cold shower. Alright, the third hack is kind of a boring one, but it's important, and that's just drinking loads of water. The entire day, if I'm working from home or if I'm somewhere where I can have water, I have a glass of water beside me. And yeah, I take a lot of pisses throughout the day. But when you drink a lot of water, like more than you need, you know, they say you need 8 glasses a day, and I would agree that you should get at least 8 glasses a day. But when you step up the amount of water that you're drinking, you know, I start every day with a really tall glass of water, and you know, I just fit as many of those in through the day as I can. And I probably go overboard. But when you go from like a regular water intake to a high water intake, you're gonna feel that much more energetic every single day. And on top of that, our bodies just function better when we drink a lot of water. You know, our digestive systems work better. Your poops are gonna be more regular. Your skin's gonna be healthier. It's like everything is gonna work better if you drink more water. Plus, you're gonna feel way more energy. So that's the third hack. The fourth hack that I use is to help me with my indecisiveness, because I sort of am chronically, or I used to at least be like chronically indecisive, where every little decision I'd really overanalyze it and overthink it, and it would just fucking drive me crazy, honestly, and it was bad for me. And then when I faced a big decision, like, you know, should I take job A or job B, or should I choose between girl A or girl B, these big situations, these big decisions would just completely paralyze me for like weeks or months and sort of ruin my life and ruin my self-esteem. So this hack is making, you know, instant decisions whenever you can. So for smaller decisions in your life, you know, like what you're gonna wear, what you're gonna order on a menu at a restaurant, what restaurant you're gonna go to, you know, what time you're gonna go to that restaurant if you're talking with friends, you know, all these little decisions that don't really mean shit to you. Just making them like that, you know. Yeah, sure, if you're looking at a big ass menu and you're like, oh fuck, the hamburger, that looks good. You know, I picked literally the first thing that catches my eye. Yeah, maybe you end up eating a hamburger instead of getting a chicken sandwich or something. And maybe the chicken sandwich at that restaurant's better, but the benefit is that it's gonna train you to be decisive and stop wasting your willpower and your energy on, you know, pointless decisions, and letting your mind deal with the more important matters in your day rather than, you know, drowning in that bullshit. Alright, the fifth hack is journaling. And this is something else I do every morning. And when I say journaling, I basically mean having yourself keep a daily journal and, you know, answering a few questions to yourself every morning. And for this, I use this app called Grid Diary, and I'll link that below. And basically ask myself just 2 questions every morning. I used to ask myself more. I used to ask myself 6 questions, then I narrowed it down to 4 questions, and now it's just 2 questions. The first question is, what's one thing you're grateful for? And I just do this to remind myself, you know, to show gratitude, to not get caught up in just like wanting more and more things. And then the second question I ask myself is, what do I need to get done today? And here I usually just list 1, 2, or 3 things, you know, I can focus for the day on, just saying, you know, I need to get these 3 things done. I don't need to worry. Yeah, sure, there's probably like 100 things on my to-do list that I need to do, but these are the main 3 things I need to focus on. And that makes, you know, that keeps me accountable and makes sure that I'm always making progress on the bigger things in my life. You know, like, I don't know, moving or writing a book or making a big change to my website. You know, by always keeping the bigger things the focus of my day, it keeps me super productive. So that's the 5th hack. The 6th hack and the 7th hack also are going to be like anti-hacks, meaning that rather than saying do this, these 2 are going to be, you know, don't do this. And I only included 2 of these because you go on a long rant about like all the things that you shouldn't do. But I think these are 2 quick things that most guys do on a daily basis that really undermine their self-esteem. And the first one is watching the news. And I get a lot of shit, honestly, in my day-to-day interactions because I don't have a fuck. You know, I have no fucking clue what's going on in the news. And whenever I'm like talking with friends or training a personal training client or something and they bring something up, I'm always just like clueless. And that's the cost of this. You know, if you don't watch the news, you're not going to be up to date with the current events. But the benefit is that it's a waste of time. You know, when you watch the news, it's once you start watching it, it's just really easy to keep watching it and watch, you know, the full half hour, the full hour, even when you really don't care, you know, what you're watching. And the second reason is that the news is predominantly negative. You know, it's sort of like this guy got killed, this riot happened, there's this new disease, there's this new drug that's like killing everyone. It's always just some like horror story. And it just fills your mind with like negative influences. It's better just not to watch the news, not to deal with that bullshit, and to save some time in the process. Alright, the final hack I have is not watching porn. And this is something that nearly every guy does. And I can sit here and talk for 10 or 15 minutes about all the reasons you shouldn't watch porn. And I'll actually link another video below down that is pretty much 10 or 15 minutes of me talking why you shouldn't watch porn. I'll link that below. But just in general, you know, it's not good for you. It can cause you to develop like sexual perversions. It can cause you to develop erectile dysfunction, and it can really, cause you to rely on jerking off to porn rather than, finding healthy outlets for your sexual desires, like having sex with a real girl. And it can really just fuck up your head, mess with your brain. It's really not a bad, it really is a bad thing to do every day and to get caught up with and get obsessed with and get addicted to, like so many guys unfortunately are. So there you have it. Those are 7 quick hacks that you can implement into your daily life to really just, step up your confidence and your productivity and your happiness to the next level, as well as eliminating some anxiety and, some procrastination. So that's all I got for y'all today. Get after it and stay beastly.